Guys, you can make 10 times more money than crypto, 10 times more money than trading Bitcoin, 10 times more money than trading altcoins, meme coins, maybe even 15 times more money than trade. All you have to do is trade leveraged stocks. And if you're in America, use Fidelity or Robinhood or whatever. If you're not in America, just use IC Markets. I'm not even going to give you a ref link. That's not what I'm about. I'm about telling you when to buy and when to sell. And let me explain to you why you can make that much more money and I really strongly recommend that you do this because I want you guys to be rich so that you can pay me for my signals. If I don't help you get rich, how are you going to make me rich? Right? Makes sense, right? So let me explain this to you. You cannot make nearly as much money trading crypto anymore because 5 or 6 years ago, and some of you guys have actually heard this part, so I'm only going to spend 30 seconds talking about this. About 5 or 6 years ago, you used to be able to trade Bitcoin, and all the chart patterns worked, all the indicators worked, all the bullish and bearish divergences worked. Then suddenly, 3 or 4 years ago, what ended up happening was nothing worked. Head and shoulders ended up pumping. Inverse head and shoulders ended up dumping. Rising wedges ended up pumping. Falling wedges ended up dumping. They ended up being running wedges. What the hell is going on? Come to find out, AI, artificial intelligence, has been gaming all the highest liquidity chart setups and geometric setups and price action because there was so much money behind it. They needed everybody in crypto to be bearish so that they could buy it, and then they could just go ahead and change the law and talk to the SEC and sue Ripple, sue Kraken, and then actually imprison CZ. That's what they did. They literally said, hey, we've got so much money that everybody in crypto needs to be bearish for us to take over, and then just change the rules on everybody. And that's what they did. They used AI. And then what ended up happening was this real smart guys ended up becoming market makers, and then even more abusively started faking all the patterns. So anyone that had high IQ algorithms ended up losing all their money. Literally, I'm not kidding you. Talk to all the guys that have been trading for 10, 12 years. They lost a shit ton of money for 2, 3 years in a row until they figured out, okay, I see. It's artificial intelligence. It's BlackRock gaming the system and then changing the laws to make it favorable for them and their clients. And then it's market makers using AI to leverage bearishness so that their customers could buy in and take over. It's literally like, you know what they used to do in China when they wanted to build something like in, there's a place called Shenzhen, real close to Hong Kong. It's a major port. Free trade zone, I think, is a more accurate description. What they did was they told everyone that underneath the ground they found like boron or something, or phoron, or some chemical underneath the ground that causes cancer. And then everybody moved out. Everybody sold their land super, super cheap. And then developers came in and bought everything up and then built everything. And now it's a multi-trillion-dollar city. That's what they do. That's how big money makes money. They trick all of you guys. And that's what happened to crypto. And then they pumped Bitcoin to $100,000. You know the rest of the story. I'm going to tell you right now that the best way to make money is not Bitcoin anymore. It's not meme coins. It's definitely not meme coins. It's not even trading leverage on Rollbit because, and this is what ends up happening. Let's say you do 100x long, okay? You do 100x long, and if it goes up 1%, it's supposed to, let's say you put $100 down on 100x long, you go up 1%. What's supposed to happen to your $100? You're supposed to get $200. You're supposed to double your money. Sure enough, if you fall 1% at 100x leverage, then you lose all your money, right? No. They make you lose all your money if you fall 0.5%. Wait a second. What did you just say? I thought we were at 100x, which means 100 times leverage. So if you're levering 100 times more, then your equity is worth 1% of the amount of money that you're playing with. So if your equity is worth 1%, then you should get liquidated. If we go the other way and fall 1%, no, you get liquidated if you fall 0.5%. So let's make this easier. Let's do 50x. You do 50x, you think, oh shit, this is great. I have a 2% margin of error. This thing is not going to fall 2%. You fall 1%, you get liquidated. What the hell just happened? But okay, now that I know this, at least if I am careful, I'm only, this thing can fall 1%. So I'm going to be careful and just do 50x leverage. And it shouldn't fall 1%, and 50x leverage, I should be safe. Okay, so let's say you're safe and it falls like 0.99999%, okay? Oh shit, I'm like 99% all close to liquidation. Oh, cool. It just pumped. I didn't get liquidated. This is awesome. 50x leverage. So now, since you're at 50x leverage, if you pump 2%, you should double your money, right? You don't. You only get about 1/3 of your money. What did you just say? Yeah. Listen to me carefully. If you go the other direction, you're losing double your money. If you go the correct direction, you're not getting 66% of your money. In other words, you're losing 6 times the value of your trade. 600% loss on your trade. If you inverse the numbers, it's 6. So basically, if you pumped 2% on the 50x, you should be able to double your money. $100 should turn into $200. It doesn't. It turns into $130. You should get another $100, but you get $30. Why? Because of commissions, because of fees, because of perpetual. Yeah, but I've only been in the trade for 30 minutes. I've only held this trade for about 30, 40 minutes. And why am I getting all these fees? Yeah. The exchange takes 60 to 70% of your profit. It really does. You cannot make money. You go up a little bit and you lose everything. You go down the same amount, you get 80% less, 60, 70, 80% less than you lost going the wrong direction. I'm not kidding you. It's literally like going up to a girl and expecting to get laid, right? And you buy her drinks and you take her to a hotel room. Hell, you bought her a house. Let's say you married the girl. You bought her a house. And then as soon as you buy her a house, she divorces you. But so you lose everything. She takes everything, including the house and the kids. Okay, but what if it works out well? What if it works out really, really well? This is for the guys that don't do math in their heads that as quickly. I'm going to give you a guttural explanation of this. Let's say it turns out really well. You marry the girl and she doesn't divorce you. You buy her the house, and what ends up happening is she gives you a nice, happy life and 2 kids that hate your guts and think you suck. And then she gets fat, but she still loves you, and she bitches all day long. That's if she doesn't divorce you. You're better off getting divorced. That's how trading leverages on Binance, Bybit, Rollbit, or anything. You win, it goes in the right direction, it gives you a tiny little bit. Hey, you were right. We went the way we dropped 2% on your short. Yay! We should double your money now. Here's a little sliver. You're going to take the lion's share. You get the pipsqueak share. That's what Rollbit does. I'm telling you this because IC Markets. I don't know about Robinhood, but Fidelity doesn't do that. If you fall 1% on a short, you actually double your money. If you go up 1% on a short, you lose everything. So the amount of money that you lose when you go in the wrong direction is the amount of money that you make when you go the right direction. Right direction, you double your money. Wrong direction, you lose all your money. It's absolutely totally fair. How do they do that? They do take a fee, but it's not nearly as predatory or bad as what the exchanges take. So if you're outside of America, use IC Markets. If you're in America, use Fidelity or Robinhood or whatever. And then follow me on Wizard of Dan Gun on Twitter. And I'm just going to give you all the signals to make you rich. And then when you start getting rich and addicted to my signals and you've got tons of money, that's when I'm going to say, hey, all the signals are cut off. You actually have to pay. So until then, at least make some free money.